guest. Our old buddy Karl Frisch is on the line with us. Karl is a Democratic candidate now for the Fairfax County School Board. In the past, Karl has been on numerous times on this program as a consultant to Democratic politicians. He used to work in Louise Slaughter's office in the U.S. House of Representatives, if I'm remembering correctly. And I think this is so cool, Karl. First of all, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me.
And I should say, Karl Frisch's last name is spelled F-R-I-S-C-H, and Karl with a K. KarlFrisch.com, spelled that way, is his website. And on this program, literally at the end of every show, every day, I encourage people to get out and get active and participate, and often say that means, run for local office, right? This is where it begins. Pretty much everybody who's ever made any consequential contribution to our country politically, regardless of how high they rise in politics, started out with the local school board or the town council or something like that. Karl Frisch, tell us what you're doing.
Well, you're exactly right. There's a Washington Times, everybody knows they're a right-wing outlet. There was a story last month about how right-wingers are targeting school boards this election cycle because they know firsthand that building the bench and getting those people into the school board is what eventually turns them into Congress people and such. I'm running, my partner is a teacher, and I've worked in and around politics and public policy for a long time. Never really considered doing this myself because I've seen the crazy hoops that people have to jump through. But the Trump era has pushed a lot of us in directions that we never thought we'd be pushed. Yeah. And in an effort to do something meaningful to affect change here in my own community, I decided to take the plunge and run for school board myself. It's been enlightening, to say the least.
Well, as we see, school boards from Texas to, a bunch of other red states trying to do things like change textbooks so that they don't talk about evolution, trash gay people, replace the history of the country with Ronald Reagan and Rush Limbaugh. Literally, that's one of the proposals that the Texas school boards were making. This is important stuff. This is not just people on the school board working their way up politically. It's also people on the school board have something to say about how our kids are educated, and they're our future voters and our future politicians and our future executives and our future workers and our future everything. We're right here in the D.C. suburbs, right outside the city, and the right-wing, alt-right Christian conservative organizations, they test what they're going to do at the school board level in Fairfax County, where I'm running. They try their tactics here. They piloted their programs to attack trans kids here in Fairfax County. The so-called bathroom bills.
Exactly. Yeah. And trying to get school boards to treat them differently. And and when they see what works here, they export it across the country. And, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that it was interesting, that kind of crazy even, that I would be the first openly LGBT person elected in Fairfax County history, given that it's 2019. It's a little odd. Wow. But in a county that has been routinely targeted by anti-LGBT activists, including my opponent, I needed to stand up and say enough is enough. Here's the right thing to do, and we're not going to do the wrong thing anymore.
Yeah, amen. So, Karl, real quickly, what advice do you have? We're talking with Karl Frisch, an old friend, a longtime Democratic consultant, now settled down in Fairfax County and running for the school board. KarlFrisch.com. KarlFrisch.com is his website. Karl, what advice do you have to somebody who might be watching right now thinking, I've got a little time. I could run for the school board, or I could run for the city council or whatever. How do you start? Who do you call? Where do you go? What do you do?
Well, it depends on the area, obviously. And you mentioned my website. People can find it easily, helpingkarl.com. It just goes right to where they need to go.
With a K.
Any way they want to spell my name, it goes to the same place, helpingkarl.com.
Helpingkarl.com.
But
okay.
The way you start is by talking to your friends and neighbors about whether they think you should do it. You can't do this without the support of your friends, your neighbors, your family. And the next step from there is getting to know the voters. Get involved in your local political party, because that's a great place to find activists and volunteers. But then get out there and start meeting the voters, hear what they have to say. You can get spun up on all sorts of issues during a campaign, and the easiest way to find out if those issues have any relevance is to get out there and talk to voters and see what they're hearing, hear what they're talking about. And I tell you, people want very basic things from their local government. They want great schools for their kids. They want great schools because they know that builds a great foundation for the community. And they don't want these culture warriors in there, messing with public education.
Right. Remarkable stuff. HelpingKarl.com, once again, you said?
Yeah.
Regardless of how you spell Karl.
HelpingKarl.com. Anything people can do to help would be greatly appreciated. I'm already being attacked for being supported by these so-called special interests, and they define that as Democrats, teachers, and other LGBT people.
Yes,
so
teachers are
if you're
special
a special interest out there, if you're a special interest out there, I want you to go to helpingkarl.com and help Karl.
Yeah.